Okay, now let's look at a geometric sequence. This is a sequence where you're multiplying or dividing by the same number each time. And remember when I say dividing, if you're dividing by 2, that's the same as multiplying by 1/2. So they're going to have us find the common ratio. That's our R. What are we multiplying by every time? So if we're multiplying by 3, then R is 3. If we're dividing by 3, then R is 1/3. Okay? So let's look at some sequences. 1, 5, 25, 125, 625. They are multiplying each time by 5, so our R would be equal to 5. If you can't figure it out, you put the second term over the first term and you reduce it. 5 over 1 is 5. On this one, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. On this one, they're multiplying by 2 each time. 8 over 4 reduces to 2. And here, now this one's interesting because it goes positive, negative, positive, negative. That means they're multiplying by a negative. 6, negative 12, 24, negative 48. Okay, if we do negative 12 divided by 6, put it over 6, we get negative 2. So our R would be negative 2. Now example 5 says write the first 6 terms of a geometric sequence where the first term, a sub 1, is equal to 6, and the common ratio is 1/3. So you're multiplying by 1/3 or dividing by 3. So our first term is 6, and then we do 6 times 1/3, we get 2. 2 times 1/3, we get 2/3. 2/3 times 1/3 is 2/9. 2/9 times 1/3 is 2 over 27. And the last one, 2 over 27 times 1/3 is 2 over 81. That gives us 6 different terms for that sequence. And just like with arithmetic, we may want to find the 100th term or the 200th term and not multiply it out. There's a formula for that. A sub n is the number you want to go to, equals a sub 1, first term, times R, what you're multiplying by, to the n minus 1. So let's try one of those. It says find the 8th term. So our n is equal to 8. For a geometric sequence whose first term is negative 4, a sub 1 equals negative 4, and the common ratio is negative 2. R is negative 2. So let's plug that in this formula. It's going to be a sub 8, our n is 8, equals, first term is negative 4, times R is negative 2 to the n minus 1. 8 minus 1. Our n would be the same here and here. Okay, now 8 minus 1 is 7. Remember, for order of operations, you're going to do negative 2 to the 7th power first. That is negative 128. Then you do negative 4 times negative 128, and you get a positive 512. So the 8th term in this sequence is 512. Now you could start with the first term and multiply every time, and you should get the exact same thing if you do it 8 times, 512.